Listen up, Rangers! Welcome to the Geek Chest. My name's Steve.
My name's Arnes.
And today I'll be going over the Bandai movie monster series Gamera 1995 from the film Gamera Guardian of the Universe. Personally,
why didn't they just call it Guardian of All Children?
Because it's not about that in the Heisei ones.
He should have been. At least he was interesting.
But you could literally complain that he likes children and he's like a pedophile. Exactly. And the Heisei ones, he's not a pedophile anymore, and I can't appease you.
It's Gamera. You're never going to win.
But the Heisei films are probably the best monster movies ever made. Giant monster movies, anyways.
The silence right there explains everything.
It's not silence.
You hear the comment section? Just silence.
No, they'll agree with me because they like me and they are
Aaron,
correct and
go tell
smart
him down there
people.
how wrong he is.
Aaron hasn't watched it. He doesn't have an opinion. You have to actually see it. But again, personally, I love the Gamera films from the Heisei series. Easily my favorite giant monster movies of all time. Series anyways, I would say. Like my favorites, honestly, it's Pacific Rim. I really love that movie. Favorite film series would be the 3 Gamera movies, and then just in general, Godzilla.
We gotta buy Pacific Rim in 4K and then watch it, and then we can determine, Steve.
I don't need to. It's an awesome movie. I seen Prime One Studios is making a Gypsy Danger. I'm like, oh god, because it looks good. It's also probably going to be like $1 million.
I was just
I'm
about
be really
to say
sad
that's
about it. So I don't know if I get that one. I got my Shigoki. He's pretty much my splurge Pacific Rim figure. But anyways, we're here for Gamera. So the main reason I got this, I just thought, like, picture-wise, it looked really cool. It'd be nice to have another Gamera vinyl in this scale to go along with more of my Bandais, because the one I have is the larger one. I actually didn't buy the Gauss that goes with him.
Why not?
I don't know. I wanted to get him and then figure out if I wanted to get it. Now I'm kind of regretting not getting the Gauss.
You should have just got it.
Yeah, but anyways, without further ado, first packaging comes in literally nothing outside. You get this little tag, which has Gamera, which also tells you the year of the movie. It's Kadokawa. Back has the movie poster. And if you open it, it's got a bunch of stuff I can't understand, so let me go over and more Gamera. Although that looks like the show of Gamera hanging out there. Anyways, let's get him opened up out of his cardboard prison. Oh man.
How did you mess that up?
Hold up. Hold up. Just go inside of him. Like a tapeworm. Alright, I guess I'll just snip that off. Alright, so now we got Gamera opened up out of its cardboard prison. First and foremost, at the Bandai vinyl, so you get 0 accessories. So, closer look at his details. I will say, on the accessory part, I kind of want to make a fireball for, like, Gamera figures.
That would be a little different in a good way.
Yeah, it'd be something. It would be one of those, like, the Godzilla ones you can kind of work without a stand. That one you kind of have to have a stand, though. But I want it to be like an actual fireball that's floating and not just hanging out in his mouth. I think would be cool. Also a lot easier to pull off because then I don't have to try to shape it to the mouth. So you can just use it like generic fireball. But anyways, that'll be at a later time. But for a closer look at his details, head sculpt is gorgeous on this thing, by the way.
I like how some of these Bandai vinyls have better details than most of these other figures.
It's one of those weird things, right? Because like Bandai vinyls for a bit were just kind of like, okay.
Yeah.
But now that we have Playmates and I come back to these things and I'm like, man, this is like an X Plus compared to those. Like the head's pretty spot on. Like the teeth are even all individually sculpted. Like you don't have that connecting vinyl piece like you see on a lot of vinyls.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. Like the tongue looks good. The inside of the mouth has a lot of detailing. The tusk came out. Like outside of that seam line where the jaw connects, this thing is pretty freaking spot on. You even get the wrinkling on the side of the head. The eyes look nice. They actually have multiple colors. You get the blacks and greens on the pupil there. Like, I am so digging this. Odd seam line here on the top of the shell.
I was going to say, what is that?
It's where the neck connects.
Well, why did it go?
But it stands out a lot more here than it does around the neck.
I was going to say, why did it go in a shell, though?
Well, it's just like you can't really have it, like, I think it maybe would have been better on the neck. But and then again, vinyl's a weird thing to work with, so I understand. It reminds me of like the Monster Arts because it kind of has like, for the articulation, it's got that little plate up here. It's very reminiscent of that. But detailing of the shell looks really nice. You even get some bubbling for the texturing for the shell. And you get the extra little hidden plates. And then arms look really good too. A little bit of paint kind of splooging over from the nail here.
It's not that bad. It's noticeable, but not as...
It's kind of weird because usually these are done with an airbrush. Because you can see here you get a little bit of the spray over from the airbrush on the fingers, which you've come to expect. You see it here too on the toes. So it's kind of odd to get like an extra right there. You kind of see too where it's missing here on the nail.
Yeah. Where
it's got a little bit of gray there. But overall, nothing too bad. Especially with these guys being fairly inexpensive.
How much?
If you pick them up over there anyways. I spent like 20-ish bucks to get a hold of it, which I still don't think is all that bad.
No, not at all.
Shell looks good. We get some browns here on the front. It's pretty much in all the parts you want the shell to be, with the skin coloring in the green. Again, feet look good. You do get the lifted skin here for the knees, and then got the tail with the armor plating at the end. For his articulation, nothing at the head, sadly.
Well, the way it is.
Yeah, well, it's the way that it connected. Yeah. You wouldn't want to rotate. That's why I wish the seam line was more here at the base of the neck. But I imagine with the way they have to do the vinyl, it probably had to be shifted. But at least the arms can rotate.
Yeah.
Same with the legs. Can rotate all the way around. And then you actually get some play at the tail.
Whoa, that's a shocker.
Right? Of all the pieces, I could have seen that just being glued in and be like, sad day. Alright, so for some quick comparisons, here we have the Movie Monster Series Gamera compared next to some SH Monster Arts figures with the Monster Arts variation of the Gamera and the Heisei Godzilla of the 89 suit. And here's some older Bandai vinyls with the larger Gamera and the Legion. And for some random comparisons, here is with the Treadmaster Gamera and the SH Monster Arts Zenogre from Monster Hunter. And for some figures that don't scale very well, here is next to the McFarlane Redeemer from Spawn and the Playmates 12-inch tall Mechagodzilla 2021. And just because my wife recently got this for me, here he is next to some Lightning Collection Power Ranger figures of Lord Zed with a custom 3D printed throne and the Psycho Green Ranger from In Space. I think. Pretty sure Space, yeah. Gotta be more confident in Space. So overall for the Gamera Movie Monster Series figure of the 95 in specific, kind of set that out of order. This thing's fantastic.
It's great. I like it.
This might be the best Bandai vinyl that has come out in a long time. In terms of detailing. Like, for me, this is almost as good as the Monster Arts in the way it looks. Granted, there's some seam lines that kind of look, but that's
questionable seam
but
lines.
It's a vinyl. It's gonna happen. But I think the amount of detailing, and then with usually the limitations of doing these kind of vinyls, this guy doesn't have nearly as many questions as some of the other vinyls. And I still I just love the way the teeth are. Like, the teeth is probably the most impressive thing for me because it doesn't have they're not connected like on a lot of the Godzilla figures and stuff like that. And I think the coloring is pretty much spot on, and for the price point of $20, this guy's almost a steal. Because he almost reminds me more of those high-end Pacific Rim figures we got a while back.
Yeah.
More than Bandai vinyls that we were getting previously. Because the only ones I'd say are comparable in terms of detailing are probably the ones from Shin Ultraman.
Yeah.
The Shin Ultraman Kaijus. This guy's a pretty close... Actually, I'd say he's probably better than those. At least if we're trying to accurately represent the Kaiju from the movie.
Yeah, he's a little better in detail.
Yeah, and it definitely makes me regret not getting the Gauss, so I'm going to have to try to probably right that wrong soon. But anyways, help us defeat those Kaijus by hitting that like button. Oh, yeah. But anyways, what do you guys think? If you guys picked up this figure, what's your favorite turtle movie? I'm trying to think of other turtles other than Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm sure there's some. People let us know.
Yep.
Or is Godzilla just more I think? Let us know in the comments. We also have an Instagram, Patreon, Pinterest, and Facebook. Guys like you with the date with channel donate. We greatly appreciate it. Also have an Etsy shop. And help us defeat those Kaijus by hitting that like button. Subscribe, become a ranger today. See you guys next video.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.